Hello and welcome to i-nastava. Today's English class is for the fourth year students and the topic is public speaking. My name is Stephanie Kate Lukač and I'll be your teacher for the day. For today's class, you're going to analyze public speaking. Also, you will evaluate a public speech. For today's class, you're going to need something to write with your notebooks, a device with internet connection, and if possible, a QR code scanner. The coffee is optional. Go through and feel free to pause the video at any time necessary, especially when taking the time to go through the different exercises. How do you feel when you think about speaking in public? A large number of people feel terrified or anxious when they need to get up in front of an audience and speak. Others might have an aversion towards public speaking, whereas some could be unconcerned or indifferent. On the other hand, feelings of calmness, intrigue, or even elation may arise in some individuals. Everything's possible. No matter what your emotions are regarding public speaking, these tips can help you improve your PS skills. Read through the article by using the link or QR code. An exercise will follow, so pay attention. Now would be a good time to pause the video to go through it. I hope you found the article enlightening, especially if you've got some type of aversion towards public speaking. In this exercise, you need to match the tips with the advice given in the article. Good luck, and don't forget to send your results to your teacher. How did you do with the previous exercise? I'm certain you aced it. Since you've gone through the tips on public speaking, now's a great time to go over the different types of public speaking. Have you thought about that? Did you know there are different kinds or occasions for a person to hold a speech? I'm sure you did, but have you given any thought to what those occasions or events might cause the need for a presentation or deliverance? Now's the time to find out by opening the link or code. Please pause the video and pay attention when reading through. There will be an exercise to follow. Based on what you've read previously, open the link or scan the code to match the public speaking types. Good luck, and remember to send your results to your teacher. Pause the video to give it a shot. How did you do with the previous exercise? Did you break the curve? Now, before you move on, I'd like you to take your notebook and draw up a chart like this one on the screen. On one side, you'll need to write down the do's of public speaking. On the other, the don'ts. Now would be a good time to pause the video in order to do this. Take a look at the video by using the link or code. Don't forget to take notes as to what to do or not to do while giving a public speech. A tip? For the most part, the do's are given mostly as advice to contrast the don'ts. Of course, if you need time to write down your notes, pause the YouTube video to do so. Now you can pause this video so you can watch it carefully. Here you can see what a great job you've done with your notes. There were 6 don'ts mentioned with as many contrasting directions what to do. Instead of filling your whole speech with words and sentences, take some pauses once in a while. I thought it was great to go over the different types of pauses, which also assist in calmness. You also don't want to use too many visual aids, but use them once in a while throughout your speech as backup for any important points you want to make. Don't be afraid to promote yourself, your business, or product, if that's what you're talking about. It's not too pushy. Fidgeting or pacing could be a sign you haven't practiced beforehand. Enactment and execution can assist with various gestures, your posture, or different poses while you become more confident and prepared. Another mistake made is to misjudge or underrate practice, along with exploring or investigating who you're talking to in order to give relevant information. Lastly, be respectful of others by completing your speech on time. By keeping on track and giving a condensed and clear speech, you'll avoid going over the time which you were allotted. Before getting to the next exercise, please pause the video to copy the questions so you can answer the questions as the video goes along. I think you'll find the video interesting. You might find some useful advice on public speaking, or you may even try out the app yourself. Please pause the video once again. Use the link or QR code and take a look. Remember to pause where necessary so you can answer the questions. I hope you found that video interesting and that it contained useful information for you, especially if you have a fear of public speaking. Do you have any of these experiences physically when asked to speak in public? For example, that your heart starts racing, your mind goes blank, you can't speak. Do you turn to the internet to find the answers to your problems like he did? Because of his own difficulties with public speaking, the idea of Orai came about. Donish wanted people to go from fearful to fearless with his help. It seems like a great idea because Orai gives various and immediate feedback as well as tips after practicing, all with pushing a few buttons on your screen. The main point Donish was trying to make was to not allow fear overcome you or take over your life. Put yourself out there and find a solution to your problem in order to improve and better yourself. For the end, after you had read and viewed a lot about public speaking, what things did he do throughout his speech? Did you notice how he paused from time to time? Did he forcefully impose Orai on the audience, or did he include it tastefully and appropriately? The latter, of course, since his speech was about overcoming panic and fear in public speaking. You could also tell he had practiced, most likely many times, before giving his speech. His movements and gestures weren't overpowering or distracting from what he was saying, and he was clear and concise. Choose one of these speeches with a task to follow. All are absolutely amazing to hear. You can choose blindly just by picking one out of the list. You may ask your teacher to distribute which speech you will opt for, whatever. I can tell you that I went through all of them and was absolutely mesmerized by all of them. Each person does an amazing job carrying out their speech and delivering an amazing performance for the public to watch. So you can't go wrong with whichever choice you make. I've written down where each speech ends so you can find your way easily. After having chosen the speech, you'll need to prepare your notebooks in order to take notes. You'll want to make note of their speech topic, what they're talking about, their main message overall. Give your overall impressions and thoughts on their speech delivery, subject matter, etc. Please pause the video and open the link in order to watch the person you've opted for. Once you've finished with this, you're going to make your own speech. Use the information that you've written down from the previous slide and make your own recording. Add something personal, of course, so it's your own. Make sure to stay within the time frame of 5 to 7 minutes. And keep in mind, if you have any questions, ask your teacher for clarity. He or she may want you to not only record your voice, but use video as well. Good luck and have some fun doing it. Don't forget to practice beforehand and use the tips and advice you were given in the articles and videos previously. You'll need to send your work to your teacher when you're satisfied with your final product, and have some fun while doing it. Relax, and remember, you're not standing in front of a whole auditorium full of people looking at you. You'll get to that in your professional careers, perhaps. This is great practice for when you get to that stage. For the end, take a moment to jot down some notes on what you've learned today, what you'd like to learn more about, as well as what you might not be certain of. I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson and become more confident in your abilities to become a successful public speaker. Stay safe, stay healthy, and take care of yourself.